Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. Hello, good evening. How are you today? Good evening, everyone. Who's going to be the first to join me today? Hello, 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 hello. Who's there? Knock, knock. Who's there? Good evening. Who's there? Say hello because I would like to say hello to you. Hello, Bala. How are you? Good evening. Thank you for joining. You're the first person I'm seeing his or her name right now. Hello, Gift. Good evening. Thank you for joining. How are you today? Thank you, guys. As you're coming in, guys, please do the honors of sharing with people. So share on your page, share by inviting somebody, and also write at, oh, Gift, I've done it, at Mayowa. But Gift, the way you've written it, blessings at Mayowa, okay, I got it. You're saying hello to me. Good. But as a tag, you need to write it exactly at Mayowa without any space like that. No full stop. And then my last name, or Facebook will populate it for you. So if you write people's name, as you're writing the names and they're your friend list, the names will start to pop up when you put at in front of the name. Thank you, guys. Good evening. Thanks for joining, Abdul. How are you? Good evening. So, guys, please, as many people as possible, can you all share this? If you can, I would love for you to share it. I would appreciate it if you would share it, because more people will be able to join us. I know I'm not as popular as Dr. Sunday, but that's okay. I still enjoy doing this, and I appreciate the people that joins me at this time of the evening. And you know, guys, Dr. Sunday is sometimes here as well at 7 p.m. depending on the program that we are having on a particular day. So today is Attributes Day. It's Attribute 25. I cannot believe that we're halfway through Attributes 25. This is the 25th attribute that we will be discussing this evening. Hello, Kaz. Good evening. So the attribute we're discussing this evening is wise. So, guys, let me tell you the essence of this attribute and why we're discussing it. Let me tell you the real basic history of this. If you remember, for those who are new, Dr. Sunday's Golden Jubilee was back in May. And during that time, during the period before his birthday, we asked his followers, his mentees, anyone that loves Dr. Sunday, what attributes they love about Dr. Sunday. And they gave us several attributes that they love about him. And what did we do? We selected 50 of those attributes, given that he was going to be 50. So that's how we came about the 50 attributes that we've been discussing every now and then on the 7 p.m. program. So today we are on number 25, which is halfway through the 50. Maybe by the end of the year we will complete the 50. And today's attribute is wise. I'm really happy to discuss these attributes, and I hope that you guys are too. And guys, please, you know you can join in this discussion. You can send your comments, or you can call us on Julie Ingoya. So the name to call is Julie Ingoya's Messenger. So Julie will give me the messenger. I'll be able to hear you, and other people will be able to hear you as well. So you will be contributing live on the program. I hope you would do so, because I don't want to be the only one discussing this attributes wise. I think it's important that as many people as possible who knows Dr. Sunday, and also who knows anything about the attribute wise, to discuss it and enlighten some of us that don't know or want to learn. So someone like myself, I know a little bit about being wise, but I think I can learn a lot more from other people. So I would love if you guys would join me in the discussion and share your opinion about these attributes. Share your thoughts about these attributes. What does it mean to you? Is it an attribute that you can easily acquire? What does it take to acquire these attributes? Because it's not so easy. I know that there's some traditional cliches about wisdom and wise, and I think that maybe some of those things also we can discuss, and if need be, dispel, because some of them are probably not right, especially in the African traditional way. So guys, please come up with your own opinions, your thoughts on these attributes. Wise. I really want to know what you guys are thinking. Abidemi, good evening. Thank you very much. Ufoma, thank you for joining. I appreciate you joining. Thank you so much. Julie has just put a note there so you can see Julie Ngoya. That's the messenger name that you need to contact. Vivian, good evening. How are you? Thank you for joining. Who else do we have here that I can say hello to? I think I've said hello to everyone that I can see their names. If I haven't said hello to you, it's because I didn't see your name or I can't see your name on the screen. That's why. But please accept my apology if I haven't mentioned your name and it's showing on the screen. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. And I would like, please, if you will contribute in this discussion. So you know the first thing that I usually do with attributes, which is to give you a definition. I will give you a definition, but I'm sure that you all know what the definition of wisdom is or wise. So I will still say it so that for the benefit of those who doesn't, or just for the benefit of this program this evening. Hello Tosin, good evening. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you all for joining. I'm going to ask again, guys, please, without further ado, can you please share this right now? 3 ways of sharing. Just click share and it goes onto your page and everyone can see. Another way, which I would advise if you would do all 3, I would be really grateful. Another way is to write at and somebody's name. So one of your friends or family on your list. So you write at and then their names will pop up. Anyone that you like to invite, maybe at least 5 people this evening, it will be great. They will know that you're thinking about them and you want them to join you to hear this program. And the third way is by you inviting a friend or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 straight by clicking on invite each person by name. So that would be great if you could still do so. So we're discussing wise today. Guys, I still want to thank you for your contribution and your time, especially over the last few days, especially with Daddy Cool and you guys being present and engaging during the program. It was really good to see that. I will stop thanking you when I feel like it. I know some people are thinking, why are you thanking us? It's been a couple of days. I will stop thanking you when I can't remember anymore, when something else has superseded. So, without further ado, let me look at the definition of wise. Right, there's several definitions of wise here, but there's something that leads to wisdom. Of course, wise is taken from the word wisdom, and it says having the power of discerning and judging properly as what is true or right. So let me repeat that. It says that wise is defined as having the power of discerning and judging properly as to what is true or right. Possessing discernment, judgment, or discretion. That's a very, very interesting and weighty definition. Guys, please come along and give me your comments on what you've just heard now in terms of wise, or what you know already that you can add to this as a definition of wise. Okay, so I will tell you a little story about what I know about the person that got us to this stage, which is discussing this topic, Dr. Sunday. This topic is this word wise is taken from one of the attributes of Dr. Sunday that you guys love and you told us about that you love about him. So I just want to give an example of how wise Dr. Sunday is, and maybe something you guys know about him that you want to share. Or, you know what, you can share about anybody else that is wise, because we don't have to take our reference from just one person. Dr. Sunday is always telling us that we should read widely. That means not just reading books, but also learning from other people widely. So if you have any examples of wise, or what it means to you to be wise, how you can acquire wisdom, please let us know. Share it with us and let us all learn together here live. Thank you very much. Hello, Ifoma, again, how are you? Hello, Paul, good evening. Thank you for joining. And of course, you know that you can call us live on Julie Ngoya's messenger page. So go on Messenger Julie Ngoya and you can call us live and direct here to discuss these attributes with us. Okay, so the story I was going to tell you is how wise Dr. Sunday is with everything. And usually when I talk about the word calculated, I always feel like from my life before, my previous life before I knew Dr. Sunday, was somebody that is calculated. Maybe I see it in a kind of negative way, but now I see it as a very positive thing. Just like I used to see shrewd as a negative thing, and now I see shrewd as a positive word or positive attribute. So the wisdom of Dr. Sunday, or how wise he is during one of my we have so many experiences in this house. As you know, I live in Kyiv, Ukraine now. I'm in his house, and what I usually get from Dr. Sunday, it never ceases to surprise me. And the one thing about wisdom is that sometimes you experience it every day, but you don't know that you're actually experiencing wisdom. But with Dr. Sunday, it's very obvious. There are times where we had big arguments. As you know, there are different types of people in the house, so there would be disagreements, and there would be all sorts of things happening. So Dr. Sunday, the arguments and the disagreement got to Dr. Sunday. He called us all together. Oh my God, that the wisdom demonstrated there is unbelievable. I learned so much that I'm usually like ready to fight. I am like a smiley, but I'm also ready to fight and, do whatever I need to do. But Dr. Sunday, OMG, that's oh my God. He sat there, right? When he had really important things to do, he sat quietly, listened to everybody's point. And when we were arguing and shouting, he would say, right, let him say what he wants to say. Let her say what she wants to say. Okay. And if you are saying something like using strong words and throwing strong words, the Sunday would like, okay, I think she's trying to say something here, so let's listen to him without prejudice, without, oh, this is my house, I don't need you guys to be shouting, I don't need you guys to be this way, I can't stand this argument, nothing like that. He gives everybody ample chances to say whatever they want to say. And at the end, do you think that he's going to take one side and say, well, you're right? It would just say, I think that you could have done this better here. I think that maybe you could have done this like this. I think maybe this could have been like this. I'm just suggesting. And this is a matter that I think that you guys can sort out. It doesn't need to get really bad. You can sort it out. I think you misunderstand this bit, and I think this happened. You know what? It's very shocking. This are times that I wish I had the camera. But because I was part of that argument, I didn't have the camera. I was still engrossed in explaining myself and shouting. It was just so unbelievable to see that. It felt like a loving family, but it's not just about the loving family. That's not what I'm talking about here. It's the wisdom, how we handled us, how we dealt with the situation without anybody feeling bad after the arguments. And actually, by the time the arguments finished, and the other person discussed their part, I discussed my part, all the other parties involved discussed their part, I actually had a change of mind. I actually apologized. Where I thought I was wrong, I was right, I now realize past that I was wrong, and my eyes opened. And this is without Dr. Sunday saying, right, you're wrong here. You didn't do this, you didn't do that. No, there was no condemnation, there was nothing. It was just my own conviction from the way he dealt with everybody, the way he addressed everyone's issue. It was just amazing to me. And this is my own first class lesson in really realizing true wisdom. I was so amazed. Up until today, whenever I think about that situation, what happened, that event, I'm still shocked to this day on how he's dealt with it, how he handled this situation without any screaming, calming down. At his level, I would have thought other people would say, I don't need this kind of issues with you guys. I don't want you shouting. He just listened. And he had an appointment as well on that day. Do you know, he took his time, he listened to us, he engaged with everybody, and then he was like, I hope everything is okay now, so I can leave, I can go for it. I was just, honestly, it was just something else for me. And I'm sure if the others that were in that argument that day or that brawl that day, they would say the same thing, or they would probably have their side to say, but this is what I experienced, and this is my first class experience of wise. I mean, totally wise in every way. But it's a small thing. I know you guys know that he's wise already from his teachings and his wide range of teachings. But this is one thing that you didn't see, you didn't know. I thought I would share with you today. So, Aisha, good evening. How are you? Thank you for joining. Who else has joined I haven't said hello to? Okay, guys, you've heard my story. What stories do you have about wise? What has wise done for anybody in the world? What is the essence of being wise anyway? You know, why do we need to be wise? So, guys, let me hear from you. I really want to hear from you. Please share your thoughts. Thank you, Aisha, so much love. I'm receiving all the love. Thank you so much. It's really nice to get the love from you. Thank you. So I will repeat again the definition of wise, and please, guys, let me hear your thoughts. Maybe there's a part that I could be wise that I didn't know or I missed out. Please share with me. Wise in the Google definition, or Google says that wise definition, having the power of discerning and judging properly as to what is true or right, possessing discernment, judgment, or discretion. Interesting. I just remember discretion as well. Discretion. That's a powerful word. Discretion. What does that mean? Good to know you keep it real there. Oh, thank you, Vivian. Yes, that's the word. We do keep it real. Honestly, you will not believe how much real it is here. It's like normal family with maybe extra wisdom or insights, or, you know, I can't even explain it. I can, sometimes I find it so easy, but at times I'm just so shocked at the experience here and how the different types of characters, and how Dr. Sunday handles the different types of characters, and how we all just live independently and also codependent on each other to achieve the goals or the common goals that we have. So thank you for actually discerning that, Vivian. That was good. So discernment, that's another key word in wisdom or in being wise. So what have you got to say, guys? Has anyone got something to say or share with us here? Essence of being wise. Yes, Aisha, is discernment. Okay, thank you very much. That's a good one. I like that, Aisha. Thank you so much for that. Who else have got something that they want to share? Please, guys, share. Oh, thank you. Aisha already wrote it down. Share. Okay. So what have you guys got to share with us here on this issue, on this title or this attribute, which is wise? I really want your opinion so that we can have a proper discussion on this. If you have any other stories about being wise, please share. Being wise is something that, okay, let me tell you something else about being wise. It's how important it is to be wise. For me, I think that it's really, really important. Maybe in the past, I used to also follow the cliches and the dogmas that you need to be of certain age, or I've had many life experiences to be wise or to attain wisdom. It is something actually maybe I got from my African background, where you just need to be, the older people or the elderlies were considered to be wiser, and a younger person is not really considered to be that wise. So they always look up to the older people, or older people don't ask younger people for opinions, or they actually tell them not to share their opinions. So wisdom is something as a younger person, and this is one of the things that I wanted to say and I wanted to share. If you've heard me say it several times, you know that I have passion for certain things, and maybe this is one of the things that I will share with you, that we usually in African settings or African background, parents and older people or elderlies, they're considered wise, where younger people are not considered wise. And I think that that's totally wrong. And I think that is something that we also need to change. And if you're out there, you're listening, you're a parent, or you're in a position where there are younger people around you, I think that wisdom is not peculiar to age, and it's not something that necessarily older people are wiser, especially nowadays. I think wisdom can be something that you can attain from a very young age. And you know, even if it's not something that a young person have, it's something as adults you can help a young person to cultivate. What usually happens that I see, I'm lucky because I didn't really personally experience it myself, but I have seen friends and other members of maybe family or extended family, how they cut younger people short in discussions or engaging in serious discussion or adding wisdom or even adding ideas, thinking that they're too young or they're not, they don't have the life experiences to join in a conversation or to talk about an issue. And I think this is where we are actually doing ourselves disservice. And we really need to look at that and help the young. If they are not wise or you don't consider them to have understanding in an area, the best thing to do for them, especially when they're young and they're showing interest in something or they want to join in the discussion, is to help them to engage in an appropriate way, not shut them down or tell them to go away or, you know, what do you know? These things like this, I think is derogatory. No, don't let me use it because I can't pronounce it properly. So I think it's degrading, and is the right word is derogatory. Okay, let me get it right. No. Okay, derogatory. Yes, I think it is, meaning it is. Oh, let me go back. Derogatory, which is, if I don't pronounce it properly, is derogatory. I think it makes a young person or even an individual feel bad, and it affects their self-esteem. So if they want to contribute to something, then please let them. And even if they're not contributing in the way that you think is wise or is right, what you can do is help them to cultivate that, because right, you can shut them down, and that can shut their self-esteem and shut them down forever in other areas as well. So it's just a plea from me, actually, and it's something that I've observed, and I think that we could make better of now as we are becoming more knowledgeable, and we know that in this kingdom of God, here on earth, everybody is valuable. It doesn't matter. It's not about age. It's not about color. It's not about background. It's about what God has put in everyone. And if God can use a donkey, He can also use a child. You know, so don't be derogatory to a child or anybody else and put them down. Let them join in that conversation or help them to acquire the knowledge that they need if they're showing an interest in something. Please, I am just asking for that. If anybody else have got comments, suggestions, ideas, stories that it can share in this angle, please do so. We're discussing the attributes of Dr. Sunday that we love, which is wise. And wise also comes from wisdom, of course, you know that. So let me read some comments that have been shared here. We have here, ego height. I just come to say hi. I don't have much data to watch. Oh, ego. I'm sorry, but when you do, it will be waiting for you. So you'll be able to see it on any of the platforms. We have it on SoundCloud. We have it on Telegram. And we also have it on YouTube. We have it on Facebook. And we have it on various platforms. Fex.net also you can download on there. So apologies that you don't have data right now, but I do appreciate you that you came to say hi. So maybe you should save your data for 9 p.m. program, which is 7 p.m. in Nigeria and in UK. Please do that. I wouldn't mind at all. Thank you so much. Abby, sorry you take too long to make your point. Go straight to the point and stop rehashing the same point. Abby, I am sorry you feel that way. You lose your audience interest easily. Okay, I'm sorry, I will take your point on board, but I do appreciate that you're saying that. The reason I'm rehashing my point is because nobody's adding any other comments. But you know what? I get your point. Thank you. If you have anything to add, Abby, please share with us. Thank you very much. Who else do we have here? We have Stella. Hello, Stella. Thank you so much for your nice comment. I appreciate it. So who has got anything to say to add to this? What else was I going to say about wise? Anybody's got anything to say about wise? I'm interested to know. I can tell you many stories of experiences of being wise. So that was one of it that I told you just now. The other thing that I just wanted to remind you and tell you about wise and sharing wisdom with other people is that I think we discussed it a little bit yesterday, where we were talking about, having an opinion and having ideas. We started from having ideas when we were discussing being an entrepreneur, an inventor, or an innovator. And we talked about, somebody wrote a comment, I think it was Esther, that was saying that she doesn't want to share ideas or in case the manufacturer steals it. This is another thing about wisdom that is also pertaining to wisdom, where people think that if they share their opinion or they share something, that other people will steal it. This is related in wisdom wise, is that people might think that what they're saying is not of value or is not wise. I think that that's another thing we need to dispel in terms of wisdom and these attributes, to have the courage to share our thoughts with people in an honest and truthful way. I think we've had a lot of teachings from Dr. Sunday now that should give us the confidence and the ability to be able to do all these things, and especially to discern and know when to speak and know when to judge right and be true. The Truth series will really help in the ability to do this. So if you go to YouTube, Sunday Adelaja Official, you will find the Truth series. I think it's series number 34. That series will also help you to be able to be wise, to cultivate the habit of wisdom or wise. Because once you start looking at things where you're telling yourself truth about it, and as soon as you're telling yourself truth about it, you become more enlightened because you're being honest with yourself. When you go through the 5 stages of truth, you will find that you will develop your own ability to discern things correctly and to share your own knowledge and with wisdom. Yes, your own knowledge with wisdom. This is Grace saying something. Yes, we should definitely encourage the children if we see that they are interested in something. Sorry, I just came in. Yes, thank you very much, Grace. But that's a good contribution. I was saying that earlier. And I was saying it in especially pertaining to young people, children, when they want to add to a contribution or a discussion. And the way we just either ignore them or say they're too young, or that way the way we do it has a lot of impact on them. It has a lot of impact on their ability, on their self-esteem, and we should really take note on their ability also to attain wisdom in the future and to feel confident, to have the courage to feel confident to speak in public and speak to other people. Because if they're at home and whatever they say or whatever they do is not taken seriously, then that affects them, it affects their self-esteem, and they take that out with their peer group or even at work or as they grow older as well. And it's not just about children, by the way. I also think that the same thing happens in relationships, where one person is talking and the other person is usually like, okay, what are you talking about? You're not making sense of things. It makes the other person feels bad, So it's really wise for us to listen to each other, to accept what each other are saying, even if we don't agree, to hear what they're saying, and wisely say our point without us making the other person feel bad. So I think this attribute wise is a very loaded attribute, and it makes or break us as an individual in life. So I used to think that wise is like for usually older people who have had many life experiences, but I don't think so now. I think it's just something that you have to be very conscious of and develop on a daily basis. Something you have to work on daily with everything that you do, how you speak to people, how you interact with people, different age group, different character, just the way that you are, the way that you carry yourself, the way that you speak to people, the way that you understand people, your tolerance level, Everything has to do with wisdom. It has to do with you demonstrating this attribute that we're discussing today. Wise. Thank you very much. Hello, T.Y. Thanks for joining. Chimezi. I always love Chimezi's points. So let me see what he's got to say today. Thanks. I agree with this. It's not only the it's not only with respect to adults to children, but also from adults to adults. Thank you. Some people take pleasure in putting others down once they don't agree. Yes, Chimeze, thank you so much for agreeing with that. Thank you. I appreciate it. So yes, if somebody don't agree with somebody, with another person, it's not a reason not to disrespect them or a reason to put them down. I know that emotions sometimes goes around, but it's not a reason. Wisdom will say, I don't agree, I don't accept, and I'm feeling this way. You say that to yourself, but you have your own opinion. As I expect you to respect me, I also must respect you equally. And that would make a lot of difference in sharing our opinions and engaging and coexisting on this world. So, Chimezi, I accept it. I thank you for your contribution. Thank you so much. Who else has got something to say? Please, guys, share your opinions. I really appreciate you. Thank you very much, guys. Let me know what you're thinking on this attribute that we're discussing, which is wise. I'm going to read the definition out again. It says, the word wise is having the power. Okay. Even that, the way that is defined to say that having the power. So it says a lot also for me that it takes power, it takes strength to have wisdom. And I don't just think that it's physical power, but I think it's mental power as well. Not to say, it's not about being able to fight or having the power to do things or carry a big item. It's the power within you, the power that you have as an individual. So it's in having the power to discern. So discern is like understand things quickly, know what you need to say at the right time, and judging something properly. These are words, and I think we should really dissect them. Having power is enough in its own. How do we attain power? I think we attain power through knowledge, understanding, having discerning spirit, loving people. You have the power to hold on and not lash out or say something bad to somebody else because you care about them, you care about their feelings, and you really want to help. So power actually holds a lot in it. It's like a magnet with so many other attributes, or should I say other characteristics that holds it together. And then judging properly. How do we judge something properly? We judge something properly out of knowledge. We do our own research. We can't just look at something without knowing. I think this is not an excuse, but I think that this is why some people say that, you have to be of certain age or, be of certain age to be wise or have wisdom. Not necessarily, but I do get it in the aspect of having, being able to judge something properly. How do you judge something properly? You have to know, you have to research it. But does that take age? It might take time, but it doesn't take age. It takes you having time to do your research, to do your due diligence. And also it takes you also understanding quickly. You might have time, you might be old, but if you're not somebody that do your research or read the subject, understand the subject area, you won't know anything about it. You could be 80 years old. If you don't know anything in certain areas, you don't. If you don't research in certain areas, you don't have any information about it. There's no way you can share wisdom in that area. There's no way. So I think that anybody that have the time or the age boundless of age, just having understanding of something, researching it, having passion on the area, it would help. So let's see what you guys are writing before I go on. We have here, Vivian says, Proverbs 2:6, for the Lord gives skillful and godly wisdom. From his mouth comes knowledge and understanding. The scripture reminded me of how you describe how DSA handle a situation in their house. Okay, let's see. A skill I need to build on. Wow, Vivian, that's so cool. You know, you backed it up with scripture. You reminded us of the story that I told you about the situation in the house, and you said that is something that you need to build on. I think we all need to build on wisdom. Wisdom is not something that we can just attain one time and that's it, it's permanent. No, we need to build on it every time. So thank you very much for reminding us of that, Vivian. That's actually something we need to remember every time. That again, when we acquire this wisdom, it just doesn't stick there and stay there. We have to use the wisdom and we have to build on the wisdom that we have. Because information might change, situation might change, things might not be the same exactly as the wisdom that you applied before. So absolutely, Vivian, I am grateful for that information. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Hello, Bishop, how are you? Thank you for joining us. Grace says, yes, right. I am an early childhood educator and I see that it's really uplift the children. If we do that, it will help them be their best selves. I'm working on children's book to help children embrace their gift in who they are. I am inspired by Dr. Sunday's book, Who Am I? Grace, you just triggered something in me. That book, okay, you triggered not one thing, you triggered several things. Number one, let me start with number one about an early children educator. I'm grateful that you're on this channel right now or page right now, you're listening to this, and also, most importantly, that you're Dr. Sunday's follower or somebody that is learning from Dr. Sunday and listening to his teachings. Thank you and congratulations at the same time. So I'm really proud of you. I'm happy because I have such interest in children. I don't have children yet, and I feel like because we were all children once, and a lot of the things that we learned as children are the things that we are carrying sometimes as burden right now, or maybe as a challenge or something that we need to work on. That if we worked on a lot of things as children, we would have grown to be very, very strong, healthy, balanced adults. But because some of those things are not dealt with, or actually some things were contributed to our life in a negative way as children, then I have interest in children in that way. So thank you, and I appreciate you as an early childhood educator. You are our tools. You are our hope for the future, and those children also, as you know, or as they say, are our hope too. So thank you so very much. I appreciate that. Then what the other thing that you said, that you're working on a children's book. Bravo. Thank you. Work on a children's book, and Dr. Sunday's teaching is inspiring, and the book, Who Am I? I will get onto that in a minute. But working on a children's book, I would like to know more about you, Grace, and I would like us to also share you to share the information about the book once you finished. And I would also like to invite you to Kingdom Fruits so that you can share this with us and share other projects that you're doing with us. So Grace, get in touch I would actually also contact you. Let me remind myself to write to you about Kingdom Fruits so that you can join us to share everything that you're doing in this respect with us. I think that it would really inspire other people, just like Dr. Sunday have inspired you. I think that you also would be able to inspire other people. So, Dr. Sunday's book, Who Am I? Oh my God, that is one of my favorite books. I used to say it's my favorite book until I read other books. So, in terms of understanding yourself or getting to know yourself, or even, let's say, appreciating yourself, this book is a must-have. For children, for adults, for any age, I think it's a must-have. First of all, I didn't even think about who am I at all. It was not a question in my mind until I saw this title. So this title really helped me to understand so many things about myself and to appreciate myself, and also to appreciate God, my creator, that he really did not make a mistake. I was not a fluke. I was determined, and he created me for a reason to be on this earth. This book is an absolutely must read. So I would urge everybody to get Who Am I? Why Am I Here? by Dr. Sunday. It's available on Amazon. So Grace, thank you so much. I appreciate you for the thoughts and the comments that you shared with us there. Hello, Richard. Thank you. Bishop Richard, sorry, I just saw something there. Chimezi said, judicious use of knowledge, experience, and judgment. Thank you very much, Chimezi. You always know how to define these things in a very easy to understand way. Thank you, I appreciate that. Who else do we have here? Solomon did this perfectly well in the account of the two women who were claiming ownership of the baby. Okay, wow, interesting. Chimezi, I think you've opened another Pandora box here. And the Pandora box, I think maybe we should explore. Yes, I remember that story. I am not a big-time Bible reader or scholar, but one thing I remembered about the story, correct me if I'm wrong, is that there were two ladies or two women who had babies, and one of the baby died in, maybe childbirth, no, not childbirth, while they were sleeping. The baby was smothered to death or something happened to the baby. Anyway, the baby died of one of the women. And because these children are babies, and maybe in those days, they all used to wear the same clothes, they couldn't differentiate whose baby died. If it was one woman's baby or the other woman's baby, they couldn't tell by age. It was so many years ago. There was no way of checking DNA. There was no DNA. Look at all the things that we enjoy nowadays that it wasn't available then. And then what happened? So they took this case to the king, and it was Solomon at that time. And the king was like, okay, the baby is dead. I don't know whose baby it is that died. I'm not sure. So what would I do? What do you want me to do? The other one said, it's my baby. This one says, it's my baby. Honestly, it's my baby. Then the other one said, it's my baby. Okay, which baby is it? I don't know. This is the only way I will know. Because we don't know whose baby it is, and one baby is dead, I can't give it to the other because I might make a mistake and give it to the wrong person, and I can't give it to you, I might make a mistake too. So what we will do is kill this second baby. OMG. Chimezi, thank you very much for reminding us of this. And then what happened? The woman that her baby has already died said, okay, that's good for me, that's okay. And the true woman that's her baby cried and said, no, don't kill the baby. Give the baby to her, because I'd rather have the baby alive than dead and have nothing. I'd rather keep my baby alive. And that's how the king discovered that this is truly the mother of the baby. So that's true wisdom. I mean, I can't remember when I read this in the Bible. Maybe it was actually read to me as a child, but I remembered it. And really, Chimezi, this is the true epitome of wisdom for me in the Bible. Just a third party applying wisdom where maybe they don't even have any gains in it. And that's another thing about wisdom. I realized that it's not about what you would gain. It is also about other people. In case of King Solomon, it was about him doing the right thing in his kingdom for his people. So thank you very much for that account that you reminded us of, Chimezi. I think that was the story. It was told to me many years ago, but I think that was the story. I really like that story as well. So that's wisdom in practice. Thank you. Well done, guys. Oh, Bishop Richard said you're doing a good job on this subject. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Eagle Height says, not enough data to watch. Please, how can I save to watch later when I'm on night plan? Okay, this is what you should do, Eagle Heights. Just click share now, and then it will share onto your page. You will see this, and you'll see it on the page throughout. Depending on how many things comes on your page or how many updates that you have, then it might go down. But you can also right click and click save. I don't know what device you're using. I usually use iOS. So when I click on this image of whatever I'm watching, I usually see save option as an option. So there's an arrow that goes down like this, and an arrow going down. When I click on it, I would have an option to save because I use iOS. So I hope you'll find a way to save from what I've described to you just now. But thank you so much, Eagle Heights. Shijuwade, hello Shijuwade says, Proverbs 4:7, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom and with all thy getting, get understanding. And it says, exalt her, and she shall promote thee. She shall bring thee to honor. When thou dost embrace her. Bravo. Thank you very much. Yes. This is probably the first thing I should have read. You guys would have known that Mayowa is not really big on Bible. I could have checked this out because I know that the whole book of the Songs of Solomon, and yes, I think Songs of Solomon is more like love songs, but Proverb is all about love, and I should have known better. All about wisdom, and I should have gone to Proverb first to give definition. But I appreciate you guys. You see, this is where you guys come in for me, because I am not big on carrying Bible or even going into the Bible for anything much, but I appreciate the people around me because they do, like yourself, Shijurade, and other people that share the scripture with me on this. I really appreciate it. And this particular proverb verse is important, or should I say verses important. So wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Exalt her, that's wisdom, and she shall promote thee. I remember in some way it says that it shall not depart from you. So this is just by remembering. I don't know which version I remember, but I remember that if you embrace wisdom, it will not depart from you. Wisdom for me is like truth. If you embrace truth, it will not depart from you. If you embrace wisdom, it will not depart from you. So I am grateful. Thank you. Keep them coming. I really like to hear this. And read this, it's some of your own wisdom as well out there. I appreciate you guys sharing. So what I would really like, if somebody would call and share their opinion or their story of wise or wisdom, either pertaining to Dr. Sunday or anybody else that they know, or even yourself. How do you attain wisdom? Thank you very much. Grace says, I am also Fitzgerald's mom. Hello, Grace, Fitzgerald's mom. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Yes. It's a life-changing one. So awesome. Thank you very much, Grace. I appreciate that. Shijuade also says, humility is to be teachable. Therefore, there's no limit of age of learning. Thank you. We have to improve ourselves. Have just back to school in order to reach out to help those in need physiologically. I've just back to school. I think he or she is saying that I'm just getting back to school in order to reach out to help those in need physiologically. Thank you. That's a good thing to do. Help other people that are in need. That's brilliant. Thank you for that. Bishop Richard just said, just as in the case of Solomon, wisdom solves problems through unconventional methods, and the child was restored to the mother. Absolutely. I think that's a point that I didn't make, and I like that Bishop Richard came up with that. You see, wisdom solves it solves problems in an unconventional way and an unconventional method. Absolutely, because that was unconventional. And yes, I think that's one thing about wisdom that we need to remember, that wisdom gives us the ability to do things that nobody else will expect, or even the way others are expecting, but it stands out and also solves the problem. Absolutely. Yes. Thank you very much, Bishop. That's a great one that you've reminded us of. Thank you so much. Abidemi says, DSA is King Solomon of our time. Great job, Queen Mayowa. Wow, Abidemi, that's a really great order. But I think so too. You know, I'm really always surprised by Dr. Sunday and how much he knows in different areas, and how he could stay calm and collected and just be around us that really don't know very much, and just still stay calm and just get on with what he needs to, and still loves everybody and care for everybody. He really amazes me. So thank you very much. Maybe I can say I now live with King Solomon of our time. Interesting. Thank you. I appreciate that. Jane, thank you for joining. Hello, how are you? So guys, I would ask you one more time, maybe not one more time, maybe I will still ask you again to please share. And as you're sharing, also invite other people to join us. So invite people to join us, please. Let's continue this. Anyone that has got any more comments, or they can call Julie Ngoya on Messenger. I would really appreciate that. Please do so that we can hear your voice and we can also hear your contribution on this topic, which is wise. The attribute we're discussing this evening is wise. I hope we are all a little bit wiser from when we started. I know that I'm certainly am, and I really am grateful for the story that I'm reminded of just now. Thank you very much. The story of the two women and a baby. It's an interesting read. I think we should all read that story again. Okay, so let me go to the definition again. Hello guys, hello everyone. If you're just joining us, thank you, and thanks again for sharing this with other people. What I would like to remind you a few things. Number one is that all these teachings or anything that you see on Dr. Sunday's page, which is DSA, DSA is Dr. Sunday Adelaja. That's what DSA means. If you're joining us for the first time and you don't know, that's what we call Dr. Sunday Adelaja, DSA, or sometimes some of us call him Pastor, but a lot of us call him DSA as well. So if you're just joining us for the first time, thank you. I hope you will join us all the time. This program is now started at 7 p.m. Ukraine time, which is 5 p.m. UK and Nigeria time. You're free to join us every day and be part of the family. So we have another program which is back to back. That starts at 9 p.m. Ukraine time and it's 7 p.m. UK and Nigeria time. More people join for that, and that's all Dr. Sunday. And also that program you can join in by calling in after the program. Of course, this program you can also join in by calling Julie Ngoya on Messenger. But in the evening, you can call in, and you can call in through a Move Agents Maddox. That's the profile you need to look for on Facebook in order to join. A few other things is Dr. Sunday is also available on YouTube. So including this that you're watching right now and anything that you watch here live, they are saved onto YouTube. So they're uploaded onto YouTube so you can watch it at any time of the day that you feel like. You can go on YouTube, Sunday Adelaja Official. So that on YouTube is Sunday Adelaja Official, and it's absolutely free of charge. You can watch it as many times as you want. You can like the page, and please subscribe so that you can get more information, more videos as we're uploading. You will get notification as well. So do so. We have over 2,000 videos on there that you can watch, and we have over maybe now 30 something going to 40 series that is available on YouTube, Sunday Adelaja Official. But it's not just the only place that you can download Dr. Sunday's teachings. You can go on SoundCloud, you will get his teaching. You can go on Telegram, you can get his teaching, download it on there. Fex.net is new that we've just discovered, and we upload all Dr. Sunday's teaching on Fex, Fex.net. That is really amazing, because what happens with Fex.net is all you need to do is just download one file and it will give you the whole series in entirety, without you having to download each titles individually. So I'll urge people who want speed and want everything in one to go on Fex.net, and they'll be able to download Dr. Sunday's teaching. The link will be put up for you guys to see. And Telegram is really easy as well. So it's easy to download on that. And these methods are so not data intensive at all. They're easy to download information on there. All these things, teachings and everything that you see of Dr. Sunday is easy to download. And of course, you can go on Dr. Sunday's website, which is Sunday Adelaja blog, www.sundayadelajablog.com. There you will find articles, you'll find other information, scholarship, information about Nigerian Transformation Project. That's the place to go. Please check it out. SundayAdelajablog.com. Go on there, you'll find a whole host of information there. And of course, it doesn't end there. OMG. We also have a few radio stations now that are screening Dr. Sunday's teachings, and also TV channels as well. Olive TV in London, which is Sky, I believe is 539. Please check. It's Olive TV on Sky TV in London, and also their other radio station. We will try and put everything up so that you can just copy all the information. Yes, by the way, when we put something up, you can just copy, Control-C if you're on the computer, or tap and copy on your devices. I don't know what device you're using, and copy onto a notepad or onto something else where you can go onto it without having you to go onto the page on Facebook to get onto it. So please, those are all the information on where and platforms that you can find Dr. Sunday's teachings. And also Dr. Sunday is on Instagram. You would find pictures, events, things that is happening in the house. You will find it on Instagram, Sunday_Adelaja on Instagram. And of course, we're on Twitter as well. So check us out on Twitter. But it's been such a pleasure being with you. We still got a few minutes, and I really like to read your comments if there are any. Olamide, good evening. Thank you for joining. Theophilus, how are you? Good evening. Thank you for joining. Who else? Jane, good evening. Thank you for joining. Hello, Lisa. How are you? Thank you for joining. So, guys, share your comments, your opinion about about wise. I have shared a couple of stories with you. I think I shared one. Oh, yeah. And then somebody else reminded me of the story of Solomon and how wise it was, especially with the story of the two women which one baby died and how we resolved that issue with wisdom. So, please, if you've got any story or anything that you'd like to remind us or share, please do so. Let's see what somebody said here. Gift is saying, new position, they say, extract new oppositions. When we really look at the case of King Solomon, that is what happened to him whenever we develop new ideas. Knowledge and understanding and etc., they are also going to be tested to enable God and man to know how knowledgeable and truthful you are. This makes me to, I can't read the rest, but Gift, thank you very much for your contribution. I appreciate it. I know that you're talking about us. Any experience that we had and our position also give us the opportunity to learn and also acquire wisdom. That's what I'm getting from what you've written. I hope I'm correct. Thank you very much. Theophilus, Queen Mayowa, and Black. You look brilliant. Oh, thank you very much. Many people don't say I look brilliant in black, but you're the first, Theophilus. But I appreciate it. But at least I've got a touch of red with it. I don't know, me and black. Me and Dr. Sunday sometimes have it out on this, me wearing black, but I think it's not even bothered anymore. He knows that that's me. Abidemi says, how much better is it to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding rather to be chosen than silver? Proverbs 16:16. Wow, that's a great angle, Bidemi. And this is another Bible scholar I can see, because it's from Proverbs. I think we can take the whole book of Proverbs and just, dissect wisdom here. But I really like the scriptures that you guys are choosing to share with us. I think they're brilliant scriptures. And this particular one is a really good one, because it's telling us how important wisdom is. It says that how much better it is to get wisdom than gold. I think in those days, gold are really prized possession. If you have gold, you have everything. But what it means here is that it's even better than gold. Than to get wisdom is much better than to get gold. Wow, that says a lot about wisdom. I think actually I agree as well, because if you have wisdom, you also can attain gold. You can get gold for yourself by you applying wisdom. So thank you very much for sharing that. And to get understanding rather than to choose silver. So rather, again, gold and silver are prized possessions, or they are really expensive gems that people keep or they admire in those days. And is saying in Proverbs that it's really important to get wisdom and understanding. So that's another thing with wisdom. It goes hand in hand with understanding. When you have wisdom, you would have understanding. I don't know if you have understanding, you have wisdom too. But definitely when you have wisdom, you will definitely have understanding. I think that's something for us to explore. I wonder, because I agree that if you have wisdom, you would have understanding. But I'm not sure if you have understanding, you have wisdom too. But I guess that they are interchangeable. This is something that we could probably debate on for hours and end. So if anyone have anything to say about that, they can share it with us. These are some of the things that I wonder about. If anyone else is out there that wants to share anything about that, please do. So the definition for wise here in dictionary, in Google Dictionary, says having the power of discerning. Discerning. I think I got a definition for discerning before. Discerning. Discerning, he says, have or show good judgment. So that's the same thing. It's still wise. So it says, having the power of discerning and judging properly as to what is true or right. Possessing discernment, judgment, or discretion. Bravo. That's a very good definition. You need to, in order for you to acquire or to be wise, you need to have discretion. You know, maybe I should check what discretion also means. I know what it means in my head, but discretion. Discretion says here, the quality of behaving or speaking in such a way as to avoid causing offense or revealing confidential information. Wow. I know they always say, be discreet. Don't do this. You know, do it discreetly. Okay. So this is the definition here right now. It says the quality of behaving or speaking in such a way as to avoid causing offense or revealing confidential information. So in wisdom, you also need to be discerning. We have a caller. Who is it? Chimezi. Hello, you're here. Can you hear me? Oh no, it's gone. Oh, because of Chimezi, I'm going to stay online for a few more minutes, so maybe we'll get you back because I really want to hear what you've got to say this evening. So please come back. I don't know what happened. I could hear you, but you just couldn't hear me. I don't know what's going on. So, guys, we need to have discernment. We need to have sound judgment. We need to have discretion. We need to be able to say the truth. Wisdom also comes with truth. Okay? So, Abim Bola says he disagree. You or she disagree. Let me read this quickly. I disagree. When you have wisdom, you have prudence. Wisdom, understanding, etc. are the seven spirits of God, and each are living creatures that we must embrace. I agree with you, Abim Bola. Yeah, I agree. So, I don't know why you disagree, but well done for sharing it with us. It's still good that we hear your thoughts. Adesola says, the fruit of the righteous is like a tree of life, and he that winneth so is wise. Whoa. Thank you, Adesola. Proverbs 11:30. And I don't think winning soul is about inviting people to your church. I think it's just making God proud and people saying that this person is a great person and I really like to know this person. I really like to mingle with this person. I respect this person. This is when you win soul. You lose soul when you do something or you behave in a certain way and people just say, I don't want to get to know this person anymore. This person is not right. I don't care who they're worshiping or who they are. I'm not interested in them. I think that's how we lose soul. So thank you, Adesola, though. That's good. I just thought I should touch that. I know you didn't mention anything about church, but you know what? Every time I hear about winning souls, usually win soul to Christ. Let people come to church. But winning soul is actually people seeing your behavior, seeing how you are, and then wanting to know you and know where you're from or where you're getting your wisdom from. But I appreciate you sharing that. Who else has said something here? Abidemia says something. Let me read it, if I can read it all. Having or showing good judgment, the restaurant attracts discerning customers. Wow, thank you very much, Abidem. You even give us a description through a normal day-to-day activity. Bravo, thank you very much. So we have application of knowledge plus understanding equals wisdom. Paul, thank you. Application of knowledge plus understanding. Application of knowledge plus understanding. Maybe it's okay. Paul, I agree. I will ponder over that, but I agree. Maybe in the order of application of understanding and application of knowledge. Yes. Yeah. Good. Thank you. I appreciate that. Then we have, okay, I think I've read this. I've read this one already. Thank you very much. Who else has got something there? I think wisdom is also require one to have knowledge. Yes. Okay. That's a good point. Yes. Jane, you're right. I was saying before that wisdom is important, but we need. Okay, we've got you. Hello, Chimezi. I'll come back to that. Hello, Chimezi.
Hi, Mayowa. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank God. We got you. Okay, what do you want to share with us?
Yeah, thanks for having me. And first of all, it's good to see you're doing a good job.
Thank you.
You seem to be. I don't know if you have ever thought about being an on-air personality.
Really?
Yes, I think you can anchor either radio programs or TV shows, and discuss subjects, important issues that people would call in. You know, it's just something for you to think about. And I just see you. You have whether it's the voice, or it's the presence on air. You seem to have it. So I just thought I should put it out there, just for something for you to consider.
Thank you very much, Chimezi.
Yeah, and back to the issue of the day. I'm just going to add just a little point. We've literally discussed it. People have said it all. But wisdom is, it's like I always tell people, when you've prepared, maybe you've read or you've done your research well.
Okay.
Irrespective of whatever you have done, there is always this aspect that rather than raw energy, it's wisdom that helps us to literally accomplish our goals. Sometimes we find people try to put up raw energy, and that's like putting the cart, putting the horse, the cart before the horse, or something like that.
Yes, I've heard that. Yeah.
Wisdom is that thing that literally helps you to see beyond what the natural can see. It's not like sometimes you just have this strong instinct to do something or to take a particular step, and that usually comes after you've prepared. So personally, I think wisdom is, yes, we define it, but it's something that actually happens after you have done the proper work. So, for instance, Solomon didn't wake up to be this great king. Solomon, he observed, he learned from his father, he watched what was happening, and was able to apply that when the time came. And that's the same thing I see Pastor Sunday do it. He has wants the midnight oil. He has taken his time to do his research. He has really gone deep into some of those things, and genuinely in his heart, he wants to do the right thing.
Yes.
So literally what happens is, it's just like, I don't have to explain a lot of words. It's just like that little, something that just clicks out to say, okay, after you have done all this, it kicks in. And then everything you do comes out well. People are like, wow. So that's my own, little expression about what wisdom is. And I may not be able to recall personal experiences, but I've had situations where I took my time to prepare and I found myself in the right spot. And when I took a step, people began to appreciate that step and felt, oh, I was doing something extraordinary. Yes, it looks extraordinary to those eyes, but really a lot of work has actually gone in behind the scene.
Yes.
People are just seeing the result. And if you look at men usually applaud the results.
Wow.
But there is so much that has gone in behind the scene before that result.
Yes.
And all that only just shows itself in what we refer to as wisdom.
Wow.
And that's exactly what I think even the Creator, God, wants us to do.
Wow.
And there's always that hard work. So I just wanted to add that bit.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, Chimezi. You're welcome on this program every time, okay? Every single time. And I really like the angle that you shared with us. So I'm going to discuss it before we close. So thank you again. We'll see you again soon. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay. Wow, Chimezi just called us, and you know what? Something that he said in the beginning really got me thinking that wisdom, first of all, going back to how you acquire wisdom, because I was having a toggle between knowledge. Knowledge is paramount, absolutely. You have to have knowledge in order for you to have wisdom. But there's something that he said there about raw knowledge, and raw knowledge is good for you to have raw knowledge to know something, but in order to apply it well, you need to have the wisdom, and wisdom is what turns the rawness of knowledge into something that is special, that people say wow about. That was absolutely good, because I didn't really actually think that way, and I am so happy that Chimezi mentioned this. So there are lots of people that have knowledge, that know something, and they know those things well. But in order to apply that thing and demonstrate wisdom in it, that raw knowledge of what you have becomes wisdom with your application, how you put it out, the way that you do it. And he mentioned the story again of King Solomon, that is taking him so much time. It's not something that, okay, somebody just brought this story or this situation just happened and he knows and he just applied the solution, which is this is what we're going to do. He's prepared himself for many years, for many times with the other situation to come to this conclusion that this is how I'm going to apply this knowledge of what I know about people and I know about emotions. So that's how King Solomon did that. And then he also shared it in relations to Dr. Sunday, that about Dr. Sunday, a lot of people, yes, we see what he's doing now and we're wowed, but there's been a lot of preparation, a lot of work in the background for many, many years that has gone into him being able to be this way and being able to share his knowledge with us. So I would say bravo. That is so, so true. Thank you so much, Chimezi, and I think you put your words so poignantly. I appreciate it, and I think this is a big lesson for all of us, that wisdom is something that we must acquire daily, we must work on, and knowledge as well is most important in applying wisdom. So knowledge is getting the raw material, wisdom is putting it together and sharing it with the whole world in the way that the definition says, that discerning and judging properly as to what is true or right, possessing discernment, judgment, and discretion. Brilliant. Paul says wisdom is gathering knowledge, wisdom digging deep into research to have understanding. Applying it makes you a wise person. Bravo. Thank you very much. We have Shijua. They said, God bless you, Mayowa. You're doing great. Keep up. Hope to be around to listen to you again. Have a blessed night. Oh, thank you with much love. Thank you very much, Shijua. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Bidemi says, there's those who have insight will shine brightly like the brightness of the expanse of heaven, and those who lead the many of righteousness like the star forever and ever. Daniel 12:3. Thank you very much, Bidemi. That's a good contribution you had there. So guys, I think we have overdone our time, but I'll just read one more. I came late, but a friend of mine from UK was telling the reason she left her church winners is because they win souls for Jesus. But you should explain what winning souls means. And obviously, thank you. Well, you've heard me, and you can share this video with her or him. So please do so. Share this video. You can always copy and paste it. I think wisdom also requires one to have knowledge. Yes, I agree with you. Thank you very much, Jane. So thank you very much, guys. It's been a pleasure being with you. Gift has a scripture in Daniel. It says, because an excellent spirit, knowledge, and understanding to interpret dreams, explain riddles, and solve problems were found in Daniel, whom the king named. I don't know what the rest is because I can't read it all. But guys, it's been fantastic this evening. Thank you. I did not feel alone for a minute. I felt so loved with the people that have joined me and contributed. And now I'm a tiny little bit wiser. I appreciate you. And Chimezi, I appreciate the nice comments also that you said about me. I will look into it, and I think maybe Dr. Sunday actually saw that in me before I saw it in myself. But thank you also for concurring with him. Thank you all. I appreciate you all. I hope to see you. That is in 45 minutes. Dr. Sunday will be back. So he will be back. You know, he's here daily, so he'll be back to teach on this new topic that we have. This is something about spirit, that evil spirit or something about spirit. I think a lot of religious people would like to hear this. How to not care, or don't play any mind with evil spirit. You really need to come. This is at 9 p.m. Ukraine time, 7 p.m. UK and Nigerian time. That's in just 45 minutes. So join us. It's a new series. It's a start. It's always good to start from the beginning so that you don't miss the vital aspect of this topic. So come and join us in 45 minutes. We'll see you soon. Again, I want to say thank you. I appreciate you. This is Mayowa saying hello to you and goodbye from Ukraine. Hopefully, I will see you again. Take care. Bye.